You know, I was just browsing the news and I found that this article by New Straits Times published on February 3rd, which was 2 days ago, talking about graduate unemployment. And I am shocked to learn that we in Malaysia, we produce about 51,000 graduates per year. And the shocking fact is nearly 60% remain unemployed 1 year after graduation. And this unemployment rate is going to keep rising and rising to the point that getting a degree is probably going to have zero to minimal meaning anymore. And this is really shocking coming from New Straits Times telling about this unemployment rate. I am going to tell you a few tips for you fresh graduates to boost your chances in getting hired for your first job. Hey guys, how's it going? Will here. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here and you want to know about career hacks or personal financing tips, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything. So that was scary, wasn't it? Thinking that you are competing with so many other fresh graduates out there in the market. So don't worry, I got your back. So just follow these few tips and you would be able to secure a higher chance to landing your first job. The first thing you should do is to create a professional resume. Resume tells a lot about graduates. And I have encountered many resumes that spans about 3, 4, some even 6 pages. Bear in mind that you are not the only one applying for the job, especially if you're applying it through a job search engine like Monster or jobsdb.com or JobStreet. You will be competing with thousands of similar graduates like yourself. Put it this way, if you are an employer and you receive 500 applicants for that one position, imagine that each applicant has a 3-page resume on average, and the interviewer have to scan through each page, and he or she spends about 30 seconds per page. That is on average 90 seconds per resume. 90 seconds per resume times 500 applicants makes 45,000 seconds. Converted to hours, 12 and a half hours. Do you think if you are in the shoes of a hirer, you would want to spend 12 and a half hours going through just purely resumes? That is almost 2 days worth of work. And these hirers do not have much time. You have to bear in mind that as the interviewer goes through your resume, he will start to lose interest past the first page. Your page 2 or your page 3 will be practically redundant. So do yourself a favor and create a 1-page resume. And when you create a 1-page resume, don't create wordy resumes with paragraphs and sentence after sentence text. Use some graphical images like a bar chart or a pie chart that you can use when you are talking about, let's say you want to rate how good you are on a 1 to 10 scale of a certain skill. You can use a bar graph. Make your resume as concise and as detailed as possible in that 1 page. You do not have to put all your past education all the way to your kindergarten or your primary school, that is not important anymore. You should be focusing more on your latest qualification, which is either your master's degree or your bachelor's degree or your diploma, the last qualification that is relevant to your job. So let's say if you are applying for an accounting job, you don't have to go all the way to PMR or SPM level. You just have to go to your diploma or your degree level that shows that you have skills for accounting. Next, get some soft skills. If you have time during your study right now in your university, or you are still not graduated yet, take some time and get some soft skill from your university, as this will provide you with value added skills that may or may not be useful down the line. So take some skills like language or anything related to IT or public speaking. These skills, even though you may not use it, you will somehow be able to practice it when you are moving up the ranks. So let's say if you are going to be a manager someday, you must communicate well with your team members or your subordinates. So this is where, if you take public speaking soft skills, this will be useful for you, as you can express your ideas and your knowledge more efficiently. And if you are working for a multinational company, a language skill can be useful as well. So let's say if you are the only person that can speak Korean or Japanese or Spanish, you are definitely gonna land the job compared to other graduates who cannot speak additional languages. Next, part-time job or internship. You might think that part-time job is just a job for you to pass time. 2 months or 3 months being a cashier or a barista that earns about 7 to 8 ringgit per hour is probably something just to pass over the time when you have no other job to do. That is where you underestimate the power of a part-time job. Part-time job trains you skills that no other job can. Even becoming a cashier has skills that will be beneficial to you. These kind of skills, such as talking with client or greeting or stock checking, these are important skills that you can use down the line in your career. And if you are doing internship, even better, because you are actually going to a relevant field of your study to work and to learn. So if your university has the option for you to go for an internship, by all means, grab the chance, grab the opportunity. Doing an internship is considered as a work experience compared with other graduates who does not undergo internship. You are having the advantage of at least having 3 to 6 months of work experience. Which leads me to my next point, build network. Build network simply means you get to know the key people in a certain organization, whether you work for them or not. So when you are working as an intern, you get to know certain managers, certain team leaders that may want your service again after you have graduated. These are called internship conversion to employment. So when you are working as an intern, let's say for an accounting firm, you may be able to get or to secure the job back at a firm where you have interned for. This will be an added value for you and added chance for you to secure a job even faster than most people who does not go for internship. Another way to build network would be via LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, if you do not know, is sort of like a Facebook for career. Over there in LinkedIn, you can find many different companies and you can follow the company's update on certain job openings or certain trainings or seminars that you can register for. And if you have the chance to go for all these trainings and seminars provided, do go there and build network. That way you can know a few people, talk about the latest development for the industry that you're interested with, and also to make sure that you receive advice, valuable advice from those employers or employees around you in that training. In LinkedIn, some people will also share the status of their company, like the latest development, or let's say a certain news. Even this unemployment news, skills like the one I'm talking can also be found in LinkedIn. So that's how you build network. It can be either face-to-face or through online. The next one would be job application. So most graduates, when they think about job application, they will try to go for websites that has cumulative results from various companies, like I mentioned earlier, JobStreet or JobsDB or Monster. The thing is, job search engine is not perfect, and job search engine has only limited amount of companies that advertise the openings with them. And you, as a fresh graduate, if you apply through job search engines, you are one of the many thousands or hundreds of applicants and you are competing with them. Go one step further. Go search for the specific organization that you want to join. Let's say if you are from the petroleum industry or the petroleum field, go around and look for petroleum companies, oil and gas companies like Petronas, like Shell, like BP. Even though they might not advertise the opening via JobStreet or job search engines, you can apply or drop your resume to their HR. Most HR with companies, they will have a resume bank, and they will store your resume if they deem that candidate compatible to their line of work or to the company's profile. And this resume bank is usually stored for many years. It can be up to 2, 3, some even 5 years. Because larger companies, larger MNCs, they will prefer to have immediate replacement in the event of an employee resigning or retiring. For MNCs, be prepared to have multiple interviews and also more stringent application processing. And last but certainly not least, adjust your expectation and be flexible. Fresh graduates, when they start looking for a job, they are asking for ridiculous salary and asking for crazy benefits. Let me tell you something. When you fresh graduates, when you are starting your job search, you have no power to demand. I'm sorry, but that's fact. There's a saying in English called beggars cannot be choosers. And this is true for job searching, especially when you're a fresh graduate. If you have to secure a job for a lesser pay, do it. Go for it. Just treat the loss or the reduction in pay as part of your exchange in order to gain employment and experience. And don't be choosy with your jobs. Just because you study accounting doesn't mean you have to go to accounting. You can also go to other lines like audit or marketing. These skills can be picked up through a learning process or through training. And in Malaysia, Science graduate usually has the hardest time looking for science-related jobs. Some of them, they have graduated with, let's say, a biology degree or a chemistry degree, but there are no jobs that are readily available for such position. And most science graduates resorted to doing sales, which is the closest relevance to their field of study. It is very unfortunate for them, but our science field in Malaysia is not so well developed. Unlike IT, unlike accounting, unlike marketing, these are all field of studies that is required by every single company, no matter where you are in the world. And another tip to increase your chance of being hired is for you to be willing to travel. Some jobs, even though they are based in Malaysia, they do require you to travel, especially sales and let's say like technical expertise. They do require you to travel to promote the product or talk about the product or troubleshoot a certain machine or equipment for the client. So these are jobs that you have to travel, and if you are unwilling to travel, there is a chance that you might be rejected for the job. And you also have to be prepared to relocate. Let's say you secure a job in PJ and somehow down the line your company expanded. 2 years later, you are requested to move to Johor Bahru. So if you are willing to take the chance and willing to travel, by all means, go for it. It is also a learning experience. It teaches you how to adapt to new environment, and it separates you from other graduates who are unwilling to travel. And when you start your job, be prepared and be willing to research on your role, especially if you're not familiar or this new job is irrelevant to your field of study. Like I said earlier, if you are doing marketing but your background is accounting, you must do your research or ask the people, your superior, or anyone of your colleagues, ask them what is the job scope, what is the role, and you have to also do your own due diligence to make sure that you are doing the job correctly. So there you go, a few tips to help you boost your chance to getting and securing your first job as a fresh graduate. I hope you learned something in this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment down below. And if you like this video, feel free to smash the like button, share this with your fellow fresh graduate friends, and subscribe to this channel for more career and personal financing tips that will benefit you in the long run. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.